When I tell you, I've been sitting there whispering to the Lord today, why? Like, God, why? I have literally been so disgusted with the state of and demonic alignment that is so high. And I'm like, okay, it can't get any worse than this, can't get any worse. And then it gets worse. It gets worse. I already saw the pink freaks with their children out the courthouse, and that's fine. It's one thing to support somebody that's on trial, or to sympathize with postpartum depression. But these broads is really out here intimating that they can relate to wanting to harm their children. I can't get down or relate to nothing like that. And to see the levels of excuses, and that's why I said, people, first of all, this is how you know people and you fake pew warmers. That is what God is right about everything. Men are supposed to provide, protect, and lead. Women maintain that you can work from home. You can work a few hours outside the home once your children maybe are in school. But for the most part, from what we're seeing in the school system today, these kids are not learning anything. But I guess, and you know what else is astounding? I'm like, all this stuff about the literacy rate and how bad it is. How bad, professors talking about kids not ready. Employers talking about kids not ready. I don't see anybody addressing or making a big push to address the situation. And you know what said, what I heard, and that was probably me answering my own question. They don't care about those kids. They don't care if they die. They don't care if they murder them. So why would you think that they care if they read? They want the kids dumb. Because if you dumb, you can get them to think that it's okay for them to kill you, or kill your sister, or kill your brother, or kill this, that, and the other, or for them to talk you into killing yourself. Because if you don't know anything, it's these children, and I'm like, God, what? And the fact that God always know where we going. He know we jacked up, foul, funky. I really. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, God, why would you even remake creation after you had to destroy it? Why? Because you talking about fearful for these children. I already been fearful for them just watching the things that they doing in the schools, and people do not care. There's a couple of people that do care. I'm gonna say that. But for the most part, people don't care. They don't, because if they cared, they wouldn't be looking at other things to try to scapegoat or excuse it. They'd be like, well, no, this is a concern. We need to address this. No, it's always, well, you can't kick the can. If you see something and something is going on and it's impacting, you need to deal with it. I don't care who it is. But no, we can't do that. The kids are alone. You have kids that are not even introduced to the Bible, so they don't know nothing about Jesus, except for that he's whatever the heck these fools like Tallarico, Frico, and the rest of them, and Kurt Franklin and them. He was an immigrant. He was an immigrant. He was lying on Jesus and accursed. And you got people aligned with the accursed. But the children, I don't care, y'all. I don't care no more. I'm really, and I've said this before. But these kids, I watched this stupid, and I know people get mad. Feminism is a curse. All this stuff is all these different ideologies and things that come from the devil to spite God and to steal his creation from him. Women, and it was something, it was one of the shows I watched, ARP, A Righteous Perspective, and it was a good thing because they were discussing this whole Lindsay, I forget, I don't need her last name case, the one that killed the 3 children, and they were talking about how, yes, medications, because we know it's medications, and they were like, the doctors, when you give a lot of people, they was like, first of all, doctors are too ready to prescribe things, and they are. I know it's a medication that I was on, and I had an instance, I didn't realize, I'm like, why is my foot swelling up? So I'm thinking it's from eating too much salt, this, that, and the other. One of the side effects from the medication, it was one of the blood pressure medications, was foot swelling. And I was like, well, I'm glad that she told me that. So I took myself off of it. First of all, it was only 5 milligrams to take in addition to the Losartan that I take. And I'm like, the Losartan is enough. So I stopped taking it. I don't need my foot swelling. It's a pair of pink shoes I took with me to North Carolina last year when I went for my first visit to Upper Room in Bishop Woodton. And I couldn't even wear the shoes because my foot was swollen. So I had to end up getting a new pair of shoes while I was there. And then did I wear those shoes? I think I wore them, or even I might have just kept the flats on. No, I did wear them. I think I wore them. Anyway. But they were just talking about how all that medicine and, and the fact that women, they talking about, you know what? Women literally were designed to be nurturing and caregiving. And men were designed to take on the world. So a lot of the stresses, so we exacerbate the stresses that our bodies and things go through with medicine, taking on workloads and trying to prove that we're every woman. We don't have to be every woman. We need to be every woman to our children and our families. Like, that's why God, but you want to so busy want to compete with men. Men make it, men make that. That's because men, for years, had families. They had to make money for their families. The peace of mind to know that your wife is at home taking care of your children. They not out here being hit upside the head and abused and pinched by people because they're taking care of them and because they can. And you have to trust that these people are not going to hurt your children. Well, now you overwhelmingly have females that are setting out to hurt their children. And it's the pressure. I can't take this, I can't take that. Well, maybe you shouldn't be mating. Maybe you need to have your tubes tied. Maybe you need to go somewhere and put your children up for adoption. Maybe your ass need to just, since y'all always want to decenter men decenter these heifers. Not all men are rotten. Not all men are bad. But a lot of men get with the wrong females, just like a lot of females get with the wrong men. Men, you can't afford to allow, if you see your wife, your girlfriend, your ex-wife or whatever in any of these videos, you better make sure that you save it. You clip it and snip it. I saw this stupid woman, she was throwing water on her baby crying. She throwing water on her baby because I guess that's a sign of solidarity with Lindsay. If I could beat the brakes off of all of y'all, I would. No child deserves to be harmed. I don't give a goddamn what you're going through. If you don't have nobody to call and ask for help, you got all these so-called organizations out here that you're supposed to be able to call. You need to call them. You need to drive your little happy ass or call the police and tell them, I think I'm about to hurt my baby. Have them pick that baby up and they can take them either with the CPS or somewhere to a foster home. But For God's sake, don't call me. Don't let anybody that call me. They talking about they afraid that they're gonna do something to their child. First of all, I wish you would call me, because I take the baby. Because maybe that'll save your ass from going to jail. But anybody I know, I swear to God, I'll tell you right here now, it'll take God, only God, to keep me up off you if you harm a child and try to use that as an excuse. I have never, I mean, the bloodlust, and these women don't have everything is about Lindsay. I don't see no care or concern for them babies. Yeah, they dead and gone. But I don't see nothing about in their memory or any concern or care that their lives are lost and how can we prevent other children from being harmed. The only people that are offering that are the people that are on the other side not trying to co-sign with a demon. Killing recklessly and having a need to kill and to excuse it is demonic. It's as demonic as all this abortion and all this, well, we can abort up until birth. Now what they're doing, they're making a move per Lindsay to move that again. And when they move that line again, I'm gonna say I told you so. And I'm gonna call some names. Cause I don't know who y'all be thinking y'all playing with. Too much of everything that I done said is true. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Because your hearts are dark, rotted, nasty, hateful, and aligned with demons. When you can align with and march or make excuses for people to kill, you are demonically aligned. You are doing the work of Satan. You are a demon, and don't nobody need to be fellowshipping with you. If you notice I don't respond to you, it's because I'm not fellowshipping with your demonic minded behind. I don't care what messages you send me. They go straight to delete. I have never, I like I said a couple of months ago, I think I needed the term unnatural mothers it needs to be updated. To see females, I thought last week was enough. Then you got Mikey Sherrill up in New Jersey. You can't pray near a abortion clinic. That's like, y'all hoes is retarded. Retarded, wicked, devil aligned, on Satan's mission. And I'm sick of you. I don't care. Not all women, thank God. Not all women. But these sorry ass females that out here getting camera time. I saw a reporter, she out there in her little pink suit doing it. What the hell? No care for the children. I ain't hear nobody, let's pray for the children. Nothing. Pray for their souls. We already know they're going to heaven. I really am afraid for all the children out here. Between the teaching them to curse, dressing them like they mini adults, many thoughts, cutting off their private parts, teaching them that they can be something that they not, gender-wise and even animal-wise, because you got furries. All this stuff is sick. It's sick. The fact that they shooting each other or killing each other out here, I still, like, I know a lot of people are desensitized, but I'm like, what the hell? Y'all don't care about kids? That's why ain't nobody upset about all this killing that these kids got going on. That's exactly why. You don't care about the kids. You don't care that the boys and girls are killing each other. They going to jail. If they not going to jail, they dead. Because if you did, you'd be doing something different. Y'all would be rushing these kids to God. But no, y'all not doing that. It's everybody else's fault. When there was more praying grandmothers and more people of God and more people in the church and doing things and praying, yeah, you always had crime, because you're going to always have certain things, because people are going to choose whatever they feel is convenient for them to do. But to have so much of it and to be sanctioning it, wicked. It's wicked. It's sick. It's detestable. It's disgusting. It's nerve-wracking. And it's on my last nerve. It's been on my last nerve for a long time. But it's really on my last nerve. Y'all sanction any murder until it's your ass. And I'm sitting and I'm watching. So if something happened to you, God forbid. But if you was careless about somebody getting killed, and then but you don't care because whatever the world or TikTok and them told you to feel, that made it, because the same energy gets returned. And if it's not returned, God is going to see you. He's seeing a lot of y'all now. It's disgusting. Very disgusting. To see people flock to what's wrong and call it right. Based on what? Trends to fit in? Damn fitting in. Because all that fitting in gonna get you fitting in right up there in hell.